Okay, so new episode day is hit. Again this week, I was waiting for this episode. Like every week, I will attempt to understand AI's capacity for photography, focusing on one photographer of the past or present, trying to see how AI is able to understand the style of a photographer. So I will ask ChatGPT to give us the information and Dall-E and Midjourney to illustrate. So this week again, it's the second week like this. I changed the voice of the AI in order to make it more understandable or more nicer to hear. But it might change in the future. Don't hesitate to post comments. So AI, could you tell us more about the bio of the photographer?
He is a Canadian photographer. He was born in 1946 in Vancouver, Canada. He studied art history at the University of British Columbia and later went on to study at the Courtauld Institute of Art in London. He began his career as a conceptual artist in the 1970s and later turned his attention to photography. He is known for his large-scale, highly detailed, and often staged photographs, which are created using a combination of traditional photography techniques and digital manipulation. His works often depict everyday scenes and situations, and are intended to be viewed as tableau or paintings. He has exhibited his work extensively in galleries and museums around the world, and his photographs are held in major collections internationally.
Okay, so for those who didn't guess or didn't read the title of the video, this week's photographer is Jeff Wall. And so basically the pictures on the left were Dall-E, on the right were Midjourney. Every time I ask the AI to illustrate in the style of the photographer to see if there's something coming out. And here I think both tools kind of gave interesting results. I'm not sure it corresponds really to Jeff Wall for Dall-E. There's a try. The textures, the compositions. But definitely Midjourney seems to have an understanding of his style by adding loads of small objects on the floor in some kind of mayhem, which is not the case with Dall-E. So I really would like to understand what's in the black boxes that those AIs were trained on. But interesting results nonetheless. Lots of different subjects, individuals, and the compositions from Dall-E. A real mayhem, from Midjourney, while Dall-E is more sober, I guess, in terms of what it shows. Less human characters, but the lights, the way the images are composed, I think both are really interesting in terms of trying to stick to Jeff Wall's style. But I really I think this week, Midjourney is really topping Dall-E for once in terms of the ambiance of what comes out of it, the feel. Let's ask AI for more on the photographer's style.
Jeff Wall is a contemporary Canadian photographer known for his large-scale, highly detailed, and often staged photographs. He is known for his ability to create images that are both documentary and highly constructed, often using a variety of techniques such as backlighting, long exposures, and the use of multiple frames.
Dall-E is making those weird tries of bringing some kind of uneasy feeling to those compositions, but really interesting compositions, in my opinion. Again, Midjourney is really focusing on a complete mayhem of objects scattered on the floors and lots of subjects. So I really would be curious to know how this AI was trained regarding Jeff Wall. Also, the composition of Dall-E with those two girls and those two floating ice creams in midair, I think it's great pictures. Both tools are really giving us some great pictures this week. At least I am really pleased. I really like what I see. The scenes of Midjourney are intense. There's so many things going on. There seems to be something. It's super constructed. Really interesting. Let's listen a little bit more about the style.
One of the key characteristics of his style is his use of elaborate, often highly detailed sets, which he uses to create a sense of realism and believability in his images. He often employs the use of artificial lighting to create a sense of drama and atmosphere in his photographs.
Okay, here are the first four pictures. Okay, and here again, Dall-E trying to bring some kind of feeling that I would kind of relate to Jeff Wall. And Midjourney creating those really super complex scenes, either with lots of characters moving in every direction, but always with a load of small details on the floor. And those lights, and it's great. The two other pictures too, things going on. Very impressive work on both sides, I would say. Let's listen a little bit more.
Another key feature of his style is his use of long exposures and multiple frames, which he uses to create a sense of movement and activity within his images. This technique is often used to create a sense of realism, and his photographs often have a sense of being snapshots of real life.
Okay, here the movement is, we've seen that in the past weeks, often when you talk about movement and dynamic situations. Here it's the dynamic blur, the cinematic blur that comes out on both tools. Really interesting results. I'm not sure about Dall-E's results in terms of sticking to Jeff Wall style, but Midjourney, there's definitely something to it, I believe. And the last picture too, but here Dall-E kind of wanders away. But as we have a virtual Jeff Wall at our disposal, let's ask for something more specific for custom creation. So let's go for a door-to-door salesman standing in front of a large inflatable duck with his car stopped on the border of a highway in the Arizona desert in the style of photographer Jeff Wall. Okay, here the photos I've regrouped by tool. So the first four are going to be Dall-E, the next four are going to be Midjourney. And the results are interesting. Yeah, really I do feel something stylistically coming out of the Dall-E results. Not very intense in terms of style, but there's something coming out and the results are fun, they're interesting. We do feel the salesman pitch somewhere in the closing, and we do get some kind of overall composition that reminds me from afar to Jeff Wall. As for Midjourney, very impressive this week. It's one of the first times where I feel that Midjourney, maybe the tool is more the results usually from the Midjourney kind of style. It gets closer to Jeff Wall's style, but really like the results here. I find kind of funny the combination of the inflatable duck and the car in one. The way the subjects, those salesmen, pause and the Midjourney images. And the last two really like the creativity. I don't know if we can call that creativity. But anyways, the results are really cool, I think, with Midjourney. I really liked them this time. Really weird cars, too. This car with the back wheel being quite close to the front seat. Really would like one like this. But anyways, hopefully that was entertaining. I hope it gave you the curiosity to go discover or rediscover Jeff Wall, his work online in books. Go check exhibitions if you have them available. And yeah, don't hesitate to post questions, post comments, and make propositions for the next episodes. And yeah, hopefully that was entertaining, and catch you next week.